Salute to the thinking class. Are you in the building? Thinking class, are you in the building? Let me know in the chat room if the thinking class is in the building. Thinking class, are you in the building? Thinking class, are you in the building? Let me know in the chat room. Thinking class, are you in the building? Thinking class, are you in the building? Let me know where you're at. Good day, everyone. Thinking class, let me know you're in the building. Thinking class, if you're in the building, let me know. Get the fire. Let's get it going. Let's get it cranking. Today is Monday. Get that morning Joe. Let's get that salad nice and ready to go. The thinking class, are you in the building? Let me know. Let's get it. I'm loving the tunes and feeling the vibe. That's what I'm talking about. Thinking class, are you in the building? Let me know, are you in the building? LDA is here. Let's get it started. What a great weekend. How was your weekend? Let's get it going. If you're part of the thinking class, put the TTC in the chat room. The thinking class, are you here? Thinking class, are you in the building? It's time to do roll call. Wherever you at, let everybody know where you at. Thinking class, where you at it? Thinking class, are you in the building? Let me know where you at. Time to do roll call. Let's get it going. Yeah. Where you from? Where you at? Thinking class, do roll call. Let's get it going. Let's get it going, thinking class. Roll call time. We here. LDA, Jono, we here. Let's get it going. It is Monday. Let's get it. Thinking class in the building, John. I think we got a roll call. Let me drop this down right here. There we go. Look at the thinking class is here. TTC is in the building. Thinking class. All right, let's get it going. I see everybody getting. So let's do this. Do another roll call. We got to do another roll call. Rep your city where you at. Rep your city where you at. Rep your city so we can do this roll call for the thinking class. I had to change the setup again.
Constant adjustment.
Thinking class, let them know where city and where you're from. Let them know. Let's let it just get it going. The roll call. Come on, it's Monday. There we go. Bridgeport, Connecticut. Let's go. Where you from? All right. Netherlands. Let's get it. Columbus, Ohio. Come on. Columbus, Ohio. 2 hours about and some change away from me. Let's get it. Thinking class is in session. Come on. There we go. San Diego, California. What's going on? There we go. Roll call. Chicago, Chi-Town. Chicago, Illinois in the building. Let's get it. Somebody else ain't say where they from. How was your weekend, Jono?
Busy. Very busy.
Kansas City is worse. All right, Kansas City. Toronto is in the building. You got it, man. Dre look like he a model, man. He came in there with the pen on like, I'm smooth. Let's get it. All right. Thinking class is in session. Y'all gonna like this. Today. We getting busy today. How many times have you said to yourself, why isn't the game working for me or you? How many times have you said to yourself, game isn't working for me? So let's talk about it today. I want you to answer that question in the chat room. How many times have you said to yourself, uh-oh, it just jumped on my shirt. Great beer crowd. I can't, come on, camera.
Picked up the face on your shirt.
Yeah, that's what it was. Like, it's a person down there. How many times have you said to yourself, why isn't the game working for me? Why is it working for you? Why is it working? I done heard everybody talk. I done heard everybody say something, but it's not working for me or for you. How many times have you said that? I want you to, we're just gonna be an interaction class, but I want you to really tap into this. Have you been questioning yourself about why the game isn't working for you? People quiet now. Wait a minute, bro. But it's a good question, don't you think so, John?
Absolutely. I think that, self-evaluation is one of the most important things you could do in what would consider progress in your situation. If something's not working for you, then you need to go back within, reevaluate, put a new test in motion, and try that out. And guess what? Some people, it may take, I don't know, 10, 20 tries. The point is, you got to not stop trying and make sure you get it done. And if it's not working for you, you should not be doing the same exact thing. You should be trying to make sure you make a tweak or change in one direction or another direction to make sure that you do something different and ensure that the results will actually come out different. Even if it's worse, at least you tried something different, not the same thing.
Correct. There it is. It says, I've been there before. It was more like what am I doing wrong? Okay. Yeah, I'm good though. I'm in the suburb now. Where is it? Okay, I got y'all talking about Chicago. I didn't say the word game, but many times. Yeah, but more from a place of evaluation. Okay. John will beat me to it. Okay, there we go. John will beat me to it. John will beat you to it. What's going on, brother? How are you guys doing? What's going on, CJ? So yeah, so how many times are you saying, you sitting back, or you might have collaborated, you talking with the young lady, like, why is it not working? Is my game not working? Why is this not working? Why am I we know we talk about game and strategy. Why is my strategy not working? Why is that? It's you have that inkling feeling, that feeling inside, like, what am I doing wrong? What is going on inside of me? I didn't say everything right. I didn't approach right. I didn't say this, and it's not working. Have you had that feeling inside, that frustration, that inkling that says, you know what? I almost want to give up, but I can't. I like how this camera just moved and get, when you express yourself.
Yeah. I like the fact that you don't have it zoomed in too much, so it doesn't go too far when you do shift.
Yeah.
It's almost like an extra camera shot. But yeah, I'd say that what happens is, what we need to do is cast away all self-doubt. Self-doubt, when the game is not working for you, is one of the biggest proponents of pessimism and negativity that can happen in your life. You don't want to go down the road of self-doubt. You want to look at it, as we just said in the chat room and verbally on the stream today, is that you have to go through a self-evaluation. That self-evaluation is like giving yourself a test, a way to know a barometer of what meter you should be at right now in this situation, as opposed to thinking that a negative situation is supposed to take you down. It's not supposed to take you down. You're not supposed to feel doubt. You're not supposed to feel loathsome. That's the word I'm looking for, loathsome. And you're not supposed to be putting yourself in a mode of I can't get this done. You should be looking at it like, how will I get this done? You turn it into a positive. You turn that loss into a lesson every time.
Yeah, and that's true, because I'm just be very clear. I've been there before, where I listened to tons of content, read every book, and it seemed like, like I didn't want to go into victimhood, but I felt at the same and thought at the same time, you know what? Something is about to break open if I don't give up. And it might be just the smallest tweak that would, adjust everything, and it will open a door to abundance. And I realized that the smallest tweak was right here in my mind.
Yeah. Sometimes you're challenging yourself. A lot of people don't realize that. Like you're challenging yourself. So when you go through a failure, it's really a test to see if you can really get to the successful point. It's not so much about you getting it wrong and going home. Sometimes you're just supposed to make a slight tweak and get it right.
Yeah.
I see that happen all the time. I'm a programmer, so I'm constantly putting executed lines of code out there, and if it doesn't work, I'm supposed to go back and check the code. You're not supposed to say, oh, you know what, I did weeks of code, it doesn't work, I'm just going to start over, I'm going to do a new project. No, in certain cases, I'm being contracted to build that code. I can't just give up. I've been contracted to make it work, not to leave it alone and give up. So guess what? You've been contracted by the universe to not give up. So make sure when you see a loss, immediately go back to the workshop of your mind and start to put back the pieces, get it all back in place. Maybe a small sprocket came out the wheel, and you need to put that sprocket in the right place so that the wheel will turn correctly and get you down the road of success.
I was told years ago by a mentor to smile more. I wasn't being perceived as approachable by people. Very true. A lot of men, and I'm guilty of it. I was guilty of this weekend with the photo shoot. I was like, you got to smile. I'm like, I showed my mother one of the pictures. She's like, you look like you're a convict or something. I'm like, look, hey, man, you ain't got to smile that. But I did smile in some of the pictures. My point is, yes, men need to smile. It's okay. You ain't going to perceive it as weak. But think about it. If you don't smile, what did your mentor say in the latter part of that sentence? They said you will be perceived as unapproachable.
It's true. It's almost like an immediate defense, and you didn't even do it on purpose. If you don't smile, nobody's going to see or call yourself showing yourself friendly. It's not just about speaking about being friendly or taking on the persona that you think in your mind you're friendly. You have to show yourself friendly first. It's the only way. The first thing people see is your face. Then they start judging all the other stuff or making an evaluation about everything else. But when they see your face, they want to see, is this guy, going to ask me for money? Is this guy going to, basically bid me a good day? Is this person going to ask me, what do you think about lunch today? You don't know what kind of question going to come across the mode when you meet a stranger. But the best thing you could know that something positive might happen is if you smile.
That's it. I shared it to Facebook to let's help the thinking class get subscribers that want to hear this message. Because this message is need to already has out there, and people do need to hear it. But I will say this, it's not for everyone. It's not for everyone. See how I jumped when I said that's why it's crazy. I love it, man. It's like it's not for everyone. Right. I can relate to that. I'm working on that. You got to learn how to smile. You're smiling in the picture, Jonathan W. So you got to learn. The thing of it is, how many times have you said to yourself, why isn't the game working for me? You may secretly have that conversation 2:00 in the morning when you're sitting there and the girl that you wanted to talk to didn't text you back. And you're sitting on high throttle, wishing someone was there to get that release. I know what I'm talking about. So you gotta think about those conversations and how to adjust those conversations on why the game isn't working for you. It's a real dynamic that men don't talk about in this space. Because you know why? We don't want to perceive that we don't know, and we don't want to perceive that we are weak.
It's true. It's almost like you put yourself in a state of funk. And when I say a state of funk, it's not like a mind cloudiness, but almost like a state of negativity. Like, oh, wait, stuff's not working for me. Let me pull back. Let me not be productive. Let me not try again. And what I'm want to emphasize the most here, even being repetitive, is your self-doubt needs to be canceled out. You need to get that out of your consciousness. That is the disease that grows. It'll grow and fester in your brain. It'll turn you into introvert. It'll turn you into non-communicative person. It'll put you in a mode of not moving forward. And you want to always be in a mode of moving forward. You cannot sit there and think that just because you had a little bit of a situation where the game may not be working for you, and choose that to be your new assignment for life. No, your new assignment is whatever didn't work needs to be cast out, put in its place. You can't throw it away because you got to reference it when it happens again. Put it in this place mentally, and then go forward with the new experience. And I'm telling you, you may have another problem next time, but at least you tried it a different way, and then you have those under your belt until the right one comes along.
And it's so important that guys really get this. And I know we got ladies here too. The importance of, I just listened to today, somebody teaching on this. Your perception inside of when things are going wrong. Is your perception of a defeat, or is it the perception of the wish fulfilled? So is it your, when the game is not working, do you perceive, how you perceive yourself and how do you perceive the situation? Are you seeing it as a defeat, or are you seeing it as the wish is already fulfilled? So if it didn't work on this particular girl, it worked on the next one, because you didn't change your perception of yourself and the situation. And that hit home for me Friday. The perception has to change on I'm already at the end of the fulfillment of what I'm asking for.
It's true. I think we have a big problem about labeling what this was. I have my biggest challenge. I'll tell you right now. I don't mind telling you right on the stream. My biggest challenge when it comes to saying a situation where I may not have gotten the result I'm looking for is a waste of time. And I got to talk that out of my mind. It's not a waste of time. Yeah, you're going to have to use more time, but at least the time you took to make the mistake and file that away, it has value. Even the time in failure is valuable time because you have a chance not to make that mistake again if you learn from it. Now, if you don't learn from it, then it is a waste of time. If you don't learn from it, it's a waste of time. But if you do learn from it, it is valuable time. And I have to always constantly tell myself, yeah, I may have lost some amount of money, but I may have wasted my time. And I hate wasting time. And I got to remember myself, wasting time is not wasted until you have not learned from it.
Right. And your perception of time.
Exactly. You have to label it. You have to label it correctly. If you don't label it right, you're going to always say, oh, lost. No, it's lesson. It's spelled similar. Don't spell it wrong. Spell it correctly. Lesson.
That's what it needs to be. So I want you guys, if this is resonating with you and you getting what we're saying, let me know in the chat room. Let us know in the chat room what this is getting. How many times have you said to yourself secretly, why isn't the game working for me? Let me know in the chat room. We learn from failures and then succeed, right? Success. So let me know in the chat room. This is just resonating with you. Understand it, because you don't understand what we're really doing. We're digging deeper to unearth some things inside of you. I think it resonates. I needed to hear this. Okay. Good. Let me know in the chat room this resonating with you, because what happens is, John, when we seeing it, guys can get so much information online. They become information whores. They're on the polls of everybody's YouTube channel swinging. Give me some more. Give me some more. Give me some more. They're on everybody's YouTube channel trying to get this. And guess what? They become information whores. And when they become information whores, guess what? Who is it really benefiting? You or the other person.
It's true. It's true. I think what we make big mistakes sometimes trying to soak up information and not learning how to apply it. Okay. If you have the information, you're not supposed to just store it. Okay. You know about one of my libraries I've had. I haven't gone through 5% of it. It's so much content in there. All these books and all this stuff that I worked on for years. I did it as a task to get it digitized, but I never actually took the time to apply it by reading the material. And when I started going through the material and doing searches through the material, I'm like, wow, what a valuable, vast library this is. I remember giving this library to several people, and I'm trying to tell them, like, listen, the answers to your questions are in here, and some of the content you're trying to, get information on. And even I wasn't even using it. So you gotta, even if you soak up all the whole internet, you can go to every content creator talking about the same thing just to reinforce even your ignorance about something. You are not applying it properly if you don't know how to use it.
He said it right. Constipated.
It's true.
We're here to give you some laxative right now, the chocolate kind. Let's get this stuff running.
It's true. It's true. It should be the word should be flowing through you, and it's supposed to come back out in the expression of a finished project. If you haven't applied what somebody told you, but you just soaked up all the information, there's no actual flourishing to success. It's just backed up inside you, just like Sigmund just said.
Yeah, too many of y'all are constipated.
And guess what? You start having memory retention. That's another thing. You start retaining it instead of obtaining the goal from it.
That's it. I heard a quote today that James Allen, I think a great philosopher and things like that, wrote a couple books. He said he never wrote or talked about anything he did not do first and proved that it worked. Then he wrote about it. He talked about it.
I think that's important, or else when people come for you, you got to have the evidence. You got to have the receipts.
That's
you know how many people out there just talking crap and don't have no receipts?
No receipts. So how many times have you said to yourself, so let's get the crowd, get the people going. So give me an example inside of the chat room of one of the times. I really want him to come up. I thought about if I can pull the Zoom in, but I got to work on that. Put a Zoom call, and I can bring the Zoom call, and people can call into the Zoom, and it goes right into through the board. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just bring it up as a secondary, connection to the thing you're doing now.
Yeah,
like your tablet. But yeah, you mean I want to sacrifice your bandwidth for that right now?
Yeah, I know. So I gotta.
You gotta wait. It's coming in soon, right? So I think you wait till you get that expanded bandwidth, and you could probably test that successfully.
Yeah, but yeah, tell me. So I want you to tell me in the chat room, when was the time where the game? Well, when was the time where you felt like, why is this game not working for me? Give me an example, because we want to get you to interact in here, because it's a thinking class. Let me know in the chat room. Looking at these levels, because we can talk about it all day. I can talk about you and your mama and your cousin and your dog, but it don't make sense if you don't identify a time where you felt like the game did not work for you. Now you can say, well, back in 1924. No, we're talking about when was it a recent time where you're like, you know what? I hear what LDA is saying, I hear what John is saying, but it resonates. But why is it not working for me? That's where it comes down to. See, it's one thing for somebody to be a teacher, but it's another thing when the teacher provoke you to give an answer and to show proof of what you know. A test is what it's called.
It's true. What did the teacher used to say when we was in school? In kindergarten, up to 5th grade, they never said anything. But after 5th grade, they used to say the words, "Show your work."
Show your work. When I was 28, new to San Diego. What happened when you were in San Diego? Dude, you can be, come on, dude. Come on, let's get you. I'm tired of this. Come on, man. You got to beam up. Let me copy. You said anytime, it's time for you to beam up. There you go, True Savage. Time to talk. There you go. There's the link. Come on, beam up. Y'all can beam up. Because you know what you're going to say and the way you're going to say it is going to resonate with some people like, oh, wow, that is a time. We can talk about it all the time as where we at, but when you come up and say something, it's completely different.
Yeah, every message that comes from a different perspective resonates probably with somebody that we hadn't reached yet. And that's what's important about getting a lot of perspective when it comes to even the same type of statements. Your message teaches another person in a different angle that maybe we may not have reached. So I think that's important that the interaction is there. The thinking class, if you're not really thinking, if you're thinking, you're the only one who's smart.
You're not thinking. You're the only one thinking. So you want to come up? There we go. I'm giving them. I'm gonna open the door. The reason why I'm doing this because we got to get you to push there. Boom! Look at this. Can you let's do this? Get it official.
Too savage. What's going on, bro?
What's up, you fellas, man? I don't know if y'all can really see me or not.
Yeah.
It's kind of dim here. Bro. But yeah, salute to you guys, man. Salute also to the fellas in the chat, ladies in the chat. Over here playing with my girl's cat, man. Not her cat. She has a pet cat.
Playing with the cat. But, wait a minute, anyway, wrong music going in. We need to get you that.
But yeah, I mean now I'm 36 years old, but I would say about 8 years ago when I first came out here to San Diego, you know, I was more into like, you know, my looks. I thought that, you know, looks would get you in the door, you know, what you got in your pocket, how much money you making, what type of job you got, all that good stuff, you know, being in a big city. And I came to find out that that's not the case. And this is you know, going to clubs downtown San Diego. That area in itself, man, it's like it's a put up and shut up type scene. You know, put up or shut up type scene. It's either you either got some game or you don't. And I started seeing, you know, these guys that I considered were out of shape, probably didn't have no game, or they probably had more money than me type situations. And it wasn't the case. It was just that these guys were accustomed to getting rejected because of it could have been because of, you know, how they look, you know, their physique and whatnot. But when I started learning the game, I could relate to those big guys, those fat guys, those out of shape guys, even though I was the guy in shape and the guy that, you know, had the looks and whatnot. So that was my wake up call to a game, or being like seeking game, seeking you know, and that's when I started hopping on YouTube. But I didn't run into like you fellas like Afi, Lucario. That wasn't until like 3 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. So it was a lot of you know, me figuring things out on my own, and also, you know, just having experiences with, you know, women. And then like I was saying about my mentor, and she's a female. She basically I was attending a church service, and she would always be in there. And this is how me and her met. She basically came over to me and asked me, you know, why do you always come in here to church? You know, I see you in here almost every other day. Like, are you you know, are you a really spiritual religious person? Because you seem like I can feel your energy, and you seem like a very positive you know, young man. She's like, yeah, I don't really see any young men coming to church like you do. And I told her I'm just coming here to get, like, you know, a paper signed off on for, like, you know, community service or whatever. And she says, yeah. And she says, oh, well, her same perception of me was a perception that she saw like ahead of me. Like, I didn't even see it myself at the time. And that's the importance of you know, recognizing your value and knowing your value. Because if another person can see your value in you, you better believe they can have some type of they can have a mission for you. They can set you on that path to fulfill like whatever purpose that they have for you. You know, which is what she did. But in the meanwhile, she gave me some game also. And this is over a course of 6 years.
Okay,
you know, knowing her, whatnot. Yeah.
let me say this. So, because this is for the people, all the contenders, to say something. Let me say it. Hold on. Let me get this. As I finished watching this afterwards routine. Keep it up. Good to see you, CJ. Okay, talk to you later. So let me ask you this, because this is for people, to say this, and I gotta say it, and you said it. She was a woman, right?
Yeah.
Because in some spaces, it's not acceptable for a woman to mentor a man. But you
No,
said
man.
what?
I said, no, man. Most of us like get our game from women. Any guys that are like really good with women, they get their game from not just men. They get it also from women, especially
Think about it.
successful women.
Think about it. A lot of men that have sisters or older sisters in their family, they got the best game ever because they've been hearing it and being trained from being very young age how to deal with
Yeah.
women and how to be acceptable around them.
Yeah.
So go ahead, because because some people be missing it right there with that, because they women can't tell me nothing, and only men can tell me, and they
Yeah.
miss out.
No, that's a
Go ahead.
fact right there, man. The best game that I got, since I've been actually learning game or listening to guys like guys that are in this sphere, Lucario, Afi, I'm it's too many names to name. We all know them because at one point in time, LDA, you were either on their show or they were on your show. But shout out to those fellows. But before I even started getting, into that, it's not that I sought out a mentor. It's that sometimes your mentor will actually, seek you.
Mm,
They have a purpose for you, and she did. She wanted me to manage houses for her, so she gave me the game on that. And I spoke about that before, but she gave me the game on managing properties, and then also having I would say tenants. The whole game on it.
mm,
So it's put me and my girlfriend, my main girl, in a position where we can benefit from that.
mm,
Yeah,
mm,
I think we have a big problem judging people based on a particular class or gender or specific situation. I think that you did the exact right thing. If somebody was willing to pour into you, no matter what they were, they saw something, and you need. If a person sees that, you need to see it for yourself too. And that's the thing. You knew you had the potential inside you to make it happen, and that's why it was a good synergy at that point. A lot of people, are working for bosses who don't push them. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people have parents that don't push them. A lot of people have friends that don't push them. And what happens is their potential is never realized.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask you this question: When you said you were 28, when you realized the game wasn't working for you, what were you thinking, or what were you feeling?
Uh,
Like
I
that.
was thinking like, am
Drop.
I
Hold on. Drop Jono and the whole thinking class into that moment.
well at that time, like I said, let me see, I was 28, new to San Diego. I was basically trying to get my life on track
Where you were
as
coming
far
from?
as like, I was coming from Alabama, straight
Wow.
fresh from Alabama. Yeah. That's where I was born and raised, Birmingham, Alabama. So, um, I've lived somewhere everywhere. I've traveled Okinawa, Japan, but Pennsylvania, lived with my dad's family up there, some of everywhere. But I was in the state of mind where I'm like, okay, I was already out here back in 2003 for about 4 years when I was in the military, and I liked California. I mean San Diego, that part, like all the way up to Oceanside down to SoCal, right? So I decided that okay, I'm gonna go out to California and try to make something of my life, and set up some roots out there. And I've been out here for about I'm gonna say about a good almost 9 years now, and I haven't looked back. But my frame of thought in that moment, I got to get a job. I got to be able to support myself. I wasn't worried about women. I wasn't chasing women, even when I was trying to get a job and whatnot. And I had some opportunities. They were cool, but they were too far out at the time. I didn't have a vehicle. So a friend of mine, and this is once again, this is a female. We were kind of like friends with benefits, but we were cool. We were kicking and whatnot too. So she plugged me onto a job that she was working that was closer to where I lived at. She was already working for the company. So she says, yeah, I don't know how you would like, what do you think about working at a adult sex shop? And I'm like, no, I'm good. I was only, I've only been to adult sex shop twice in my whole entire life before then. And, it's just that, I at the time I looked down on places like that and it was coming from a place of not having experience in that arena myself,
Mm-hmm.
So, I thought about it and I said, you know what, it is closer. And then she actually, once again, people seeing value in you that you don't really necessarily, you can't put it into words at the moment. And, you don't identify it in yourself. She says, dude, you're good. Like you speak, you're well-spoken, you're handsome. If you work in a place like that, women are going to be coming in there just to see you. And they're going to buy stuff too, but they're going to come in here and see you and talk to you. You're intelligent. What else is there to say? But I think that she knew if I go down and apply for the job, she already knew I was going to get it because she put a word in for me on it. But not just that, she knew over the course of time, if I decided to stay, that I was going to get experience, because that's another thing that Rom Wills talks about. Shout out to the OG Rom Wills. He talks about men that work like retail or customer service type jobs, and you're bound to interact with women, and you have to conduct yourself in a professional way. But let's say you're that guy that you have Rom Wills. He talks about the body game and whatnot too. But also, let's say you that guy that got some game. You got some game, like about women. You're definitely working on yourself and whatnot. You're gonna be successful in that type of work environment when it comes to women. You may have coworkers, you may have customers that come in, and that seemed to be the case with me. So over years, I just started gaining more and more and more experience when it came to women, and not just women, men, like interacting with men. I would say I've seen a lot of in that type of business, I've seen a lot of simp stuff like play out. And I'm not even trying to go in on simps or anything. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But it's just good examples, especially if you're a person that, or you're well, I would say that I'm getting into gear as far as being able to give out good sound information or advice to like a younger person. When you see certain events play out, you can definitely you have more than just what you think of the situation. You have a different perspective on how you seen those different events play out. So that's about it, man.
Yeah, that's interesting. I remember and Jono knows the one mentor. We were up in Jono's office actually. And was that in North I keep saying North Orange, East Orange, right?
West Orange, yeah.
West Orange. I don't know what I keep going east, west. And he said, yeah, you like to talk to the ladies and see how you do on these phones in so many words. I was like, what? I'm like, why you got to put me out like that? That's what I was thinking. I'm like, okay, but I said, okay. But I get what he was saying. That skill is transferable to sales. And if you can do that to get us, if you can get her to bed, you can translate it to get a sale.
Yeah.
And I looked and I was like, oh, I think John,
I remember that.
You remember that?
I remember that. It's just what direction you want to take them.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. You have to treat a sale like you want to try and get somebody in bed. And what you're not doing is you're not going to get them into, if you could get them to the sack, then you could definitely, sell them on this particular product.
If you can get them to the sack, you can get them to put it in the bag.
Exactly.
Whoa.
I remember that.
You remember that? And I was looking
That's
like,
real talk.
we had to wear suit, we had to wear a tie and a white shirt and ties all the time.
Right.
And I think Johnny, you might went in the office. I'm like, this is crazy. I'm like, I can't believe it. And he was like real serious about it, like, yeah. Yes.
No, I mean, I thought that was the craziest thing, but it was also thing when you're dealing with even sales, even though you're not talking to the person on the phone, they don't know you're wearing a shirt and tie, but it's the way you feel on the phone that gives you the confidence so that it emits in your voice over the phone. You see what I'm saying? If you look your best, then you're going to be talking your best on the phone. I completely understood that.
Dude, we can stop right there. Show stop, class over. Everybody come for recess.
Yeah, we get way too much. I don't even know. We should have had an internal conversation before we did that.
Right. People don't understand that how sales and the sale or to the ability to lead to get into the sack is the same thing.
Yeah,
it's the exact same. I remember a situation. I was on the call up there, West Orange. And the person was upset. This don't make no sense. I said, okay, I understand. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I don't, yeah, I don't know why he didn't call you back. I said, well, you know what? What can I do for you? She said, I said, oh, okay, I understand this. I said, let's see. We'll see if we can get you to go into this room and to that room. And hold on. Came back. Yeah, that person can get on the call for you at, I think it was the 12 o'clock call. 12 o'clock. Was it 12 o'clock call, John? Yeah, 12 o'clock call. And they'll talk right to you. Go on right now and give another.
People just want to know how they're going to be serviced. Okay. If you don't know how you're going to put the answer, let's see if we can speak facetiously enough without getting too LDA after dark, we'll say it like that. And basically, you have to put it to a situation where the person can visualize exactly what you can do for them. If you can do that, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. In sales, it's a wrap. In the bed, it's a wrap. In business, it's a wrap. At your job, doesn't matter. You have to be able to convince somebody that what you are capable of doing is possible through your communication. If you do it with your voice, then you can do it in the physical. You can do it with your face. You can do it everything. You can be able to make it all happen. It's about being able to emulate what is possible through multiple forms.
Facts.
Literally.
So I know that resonate with you, True Savage.
Oh yeah. I mean, when you actually have experienced that and you live that. I mean, I live that every day, 6 days a week. Nah, fuck that, 7. But at work and whatnot, and then outside of work, they complement each other. The path in life that you take, it complements you as a person, and also it complements the people that you bring into that life.
I like when Joe Blanche put up his imitations, and I think LDA's imitations are funny as heck because it's almost like it's sped up. It's like they're sped up, like he's watching it like 2 times the speed that we all watching it.
Dude, man, somebody said something this week about that. It's like, you are hilarious because I do my mama, I do my sons, I do everybody, and my sister. And it's the same voice for everybody. But it's just hilarious. Like my mama, oh my God, Anyway, but this is something we talked about last week about the importance of having a sense of humor. A lot of guys are just dry as a steak that's been cooked too long. So you guys are going in. You have to have some level of empathy when dealing with customers. You need that. You need that. At least need to know that you care the best interest within their conversation. Correct. Now y'all about to have me go to the gym selling myself to all the Dominican women in there without saying a word.
Listen, you got it. One thing I learned on a sales call or a customer service call, anything like that, remembering details. If you can remember the details and repeat it back to the person in the way they said it to you, it's like they instantly agree with you. You get what I'm saying? When a person is looking for what they want, and then you repeat it back to them exactly the way they want it, it's just that vibe is now on the same level, and then you can tell them anything you want at that point. You can tell them exactly. Oh, this is what you're looking for. Well, guess what? What you said. I have this right here, and it's all right and listed out exactly the way you said it. They go, oh, that's exactly what I was looking for. I'm like, yeah, okay, now. So can I tell you what to get after that point? And then all of a sudden they start to realize it's like we on the same level. Let's now really get something done here. That happens in the club. That happens in the office. That happens everywhere.
Let me add to that too, man, because y'all make me give up. We giving up too much. True Cyrus, why you do this, man? You come up here and make us give up some more game.
Man.
Let me say this. The most magical thing along with what you just said, John, is the details, but to say the person's name. Let me say that again. Say the person's name. Yes, Mrs. Jones. Whatever you want, Mrs. Jones. Mrs. Jones, you look lovely in that dress, Mrs. Jones. I think those stockings don't go with that, Mrs. Jones, but if you put on those heels with the red bottoms, Mrs. Jones, you know, Mrs. Jones, I just love how you just sway your head. Wait a minute. Mrs. Jones. Oh, my God. Where's Mr. Jones? Oh, he's not around right now. Okay, don't worry about it. Mr. Jones will be fine. Let's talk about you, Mrs. Jones. Mrs. Jones. Get the person's name. The sweetest name. I remember somebody taught this. The sweetest name to any person is their what? Freaking name. Y'all get
yeah. No, that's a fact. I believe I read that somewhere in like Egyptian mythology about the power in names. Mm-hmm. This is like, man, I'm gonna say like at least 15 years ago. Shit. But I read that, you know, being young, so it taught me to emphasize, you know, using a person's name. And then also on the flip side, it's like if it's someone that I don't, you know, necessarily know and whatnot, I'm not going to give them my name because there's power in names.
There it is.
You may not like this, but even in the spot that you know I work at, you know, some people walk up to me and say, you know, they call me John. Some people call me David. And they was like, people will come back like, hey, wait a minute. Are you going by two different names? What are you doing here? What are you doing? Why are you going by two different names? I said, listen, the reason why I give out David sometimes is I don't like the way they pronounce my first name. Okay? Yeah. A lot of people say they emphasize the wrong letter and the wrong, you know, symbols, you know, in the letter, you know, syllables in the letter, in the name, and they say John nothing. My name is John O. So when they don't say it right, it literally like takes me back. And a lot of people feel like, oh, you should expect that. That's not a normal spelling of the name. Like, no, what I expect is for you to say it correctly. And the people who
a literate person, man.
Say it correctly. If you don't say it correctly, then my name is David. All right?
Yeah.
Hey, David.
Yeah, put some spec on my name, shit.
So then everybody started looking like, well, damn, who's like everybody calling him David? He don't like you.
But y'all better catch the gems what we're giving you. It's a conversation going on with a thinking class. But if you catch the game that we're just giving, we just told you how to win with women, sales, and get your money up. We just told you the importance of the details. Mm-hmm. We just told you the importance of saying the person's name, Mrs. Jones, right? What the Fear Soul said. Is this it, Mrs. Jones? Like that, Mrs. Jones?
Yo, shout out to Fear Soul 85, man.
Yeah. So you gotta know, you gotta know when to do it. And it's not, you don't overdo it, but you do it where you're attentive to the customer. And guess who's your customer? If we're talking about the game, the woman is your customer. She's buying something from you.
Yeah. Listen, anybody who's in your circle, anybody in your atmosphere is your customer because they're either bringing value to you or trying to take it away. And you need to make a decision what's going to happen. You need to treat it like sales.
I know you got something to say with that. So did you work in the sex store? Yes or no?
I still do. I would say I look at that job like I look at that. I don't necessarily look at it as a job.
You can't get mad at my job anymore. Look at this man.
he's
killing it. I don't necessarily look at it as a job. At first I did, but over the time I look at it as a true opportunity. For as someone that's has a very mature mind, first you got to be mature. Definitely have to be mature because you're dealing with a wide variety of clients. You're dealing with guys that may be homosexual. And shout out before I even get into that, shout out to the homie the OG Everett Overton, that's Coach EO, because he said something very important yesterday on they had like a podcast and whatnot. He said something very important. It was to the fact that gay guys, and this ain't no knock on gay guys, I'm not talking smack about them or anything like that, but gay guys, guess who their best friends are?
Women.
Hot chicks, women. Right? Most dudes be on this the homophobic thing, nah man, nah, you gay, bro, I can't be seen talking to you in public, all that, right? And I'm not, that's why I said I'm not gonna knock anyone like that, because I used to be the same way years ago until I started realizing that, yo, this is a person just like me. We breathe the same air, we bleed the same color. So with that being said, I started looking at it in a way that, all right, you play for the same team, but you're friends with the team I want to play with.
Exactly.
And it became as simple as that.
Give me the playbook. Give me the playbook that they're telling you.
Exactly. So I have a couple of I would say my regular customers that come in and they're homosexual, but they put 100 respect on me. It's like they know I don't get down like that and all that good stuff. And they listen to me because they know sometimes I play you guys shows at work. And they'll listen to it, man. They done got a dose of LDA, and they're like, "Wow, that brother really knows what he's talking about." Oh, I see why you listen to that now. I see why you're so composed the way that you are. But gay guys will, they'll give you game on chicks, or they'll even bring their friends and whatnot. They'll introduce you. They'll talk to you. They'll go talk to you to their female friends, and next thing you know, I got chicks that I ain't never seen come in the store before, coming in, and hey, do you know Josh? And I'm like, wait, is she talking about gay Josh? Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So I'm like, how do you know him? Oh, we met. We used to go to high school together. This and that. I'm like, oh, okay. So he's, all right, that's cool. But it goes down like that, man. But yeah, working in an environment like that, it definitely, you definitely have to be mature. As far as like, it definitely, it goes hand in hand with like game, as far as like, interacting with women. This is like real quick game for anyone that's watching and listening. First thing you do when a customer comes into a store is what? You greet them. So it may be something as simple as, hey, how's it going? Welcome to the store. If you got any questions, need any help, feel free to ask. That right there in itself is going to let the person feel that you're approachable. The same way you can apply it to women, and then vice versa, women, you can apply it to men. But you always want a person to feel, to have a sense that you yourself are approachable. So not only that, the same way a person would go through a store like that, and they wouldn't know it necessarily what they're looking for, or what items are on what shelves and whatnot, or what would be considered the best item. The same thing you're dealing with when you're dealing with women. They don't know you. They don't know what you're about. They don't know what's the best sides of you, what's like, they don't know you. So when you show them, it definitely it puts the ball in their hand more. But at the same time, when I would say your MO, your program, or whatever, when you're at work, it's the same thing as knowing what game you stand on.
So what you do, like, oh, you know what, that vibrator may not work for you, but you might want to get that lubrication with that vibrator. It's water based and that one's oil based, and no, try the little bullet because the bullet may work. What are you trying to do? Oh, it's going to be two of you guys. Okay, well, you might want to try that. That's what you be doing. I know.
Yeah. It's true. You're breaking down the walls of apprehension very early, because it's already intimidating. Already, just being the name of the place that it is, it's already intimidating. You don't know what level people are on. You could tell the level they're on by the confidence they're in. And the people that are quiet, you got to break the intimidation level by greeting yourself and making sure that you can make sure you're helpful. That will probably double the sales you'll get from a person who doesn't want to open their mouth.
Exactly. It's all about, it's not. It's like I know what type of individuals are coming into the store. I mean, unless you're a regular and I've known you for years, I know exactly what my regulars are going to buy. I see their car pull up. I already have it on the shelf waiting for them. I know exactly what method they're going to pay with. I already have exact change on the counter waiting for them. So that's just like you can apply that to
take
game.
it to level, God level in customer service.
I just expedite I expedite the process so that if they don't want someone, like most people, they don't want someone seeing what they bought. So I was like, wow, we got these cameras outside in the parking lot now. Damn, I can use that to my advantage. Besides like checking out who's pulling up and this and that. If I see a regular, I'll already expedite the process for them. So they come in, they're like, dude, you the man. And what does that do? They leave me with a tip. I don't ask. I never ask for a tip. I've never asked for a tip in the almost 7 years that I've worked for this company. I've never asked for a tip. I've never asked for a raise. And I can't even count how many raises I've gotten since I've worked, for the company. But not only that, I can count how much I make in tips a week, and it's close to $100.
Wow, you see that?
And that's just off of
creating value.
Yeah,
but you emphasizing something that's not normally done, which is making sure something is delivered discreetly. You turn that into money.
I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it sounds like the popos is outside. They ain't looking for me though. They're not looking for.
Where are them vibrators at? Where them vibrators at?
Oh, it's something. What them boxes of vibrators? We know we saw you on the cameras.
You're getting arrested for giving away too much game. Calm down.
Right.
Yeah. Somebody, man, one of my neighbors done been eavesdropping and called the police on me for gaming y'all up, man.
Right.
Stop giving away all the secrets. You get a ticket for that.
But no, but that's definitely. I mean, that's what I've learned over the years, and that's how I applied that to my life. Because trust and believe, man. I was married at a very young age, and I talked about that. I think Saturday on Love Life's comedy. Kay Zaggin. Some of you guys are familiar with him.
Zaggin, yes.
Yeah, they did a live on Saturday. I jumped in there, but I talked about that briefly, and it's just experience in life. The more you put yourself, the more that you're willing to put yourself out there and experience life. You gain wisdom from your interactions. You gain I would say more strategy on what you could have done better, how you could have approached the situation in a more impactful way. And that's how I look at how I operate my lifestyle, dealing with my women and whatnot, and just managing my affairs and stuff. Friends, I mean, people, anyone would actually, they would say that I'm a very sociable person. And the funny thing about it, I was an introvert up until the age of I'm gonna say 14, 15.
Wow. So let me ask you this magic question before we end, because you hear the music coming in like they do at church. So since the time you've been listening to Jono and I, what has been the takeaway you got? I mean, really, sort of, so because people are listening, so I'm gonna put the camera on you. What has been the takeaway?
I don't even have to think about that. But the takeaway that I get from listening to you guys, especially Jono, is because first off, LDA, I started the first time I heard you. I believe you had Polly Patterson on your show. Yeah, shout out to Polly Patterson. Anybody that watches them or watch that show, they know exactly who Polly Patterson is. They know exactly what that's about. But that's the lifestyle that I live. So when I saw that show, it was more of a breakdown, and then also as an education to my girls. And I appreciate that. And I said, yo, I'm gonna start following this dude. And met you through Afi, so I was like, oh man, you're dealing with Afi. But back to it though, with for Jono, it's like I'm listening to the uncle that I never had. Listening to you guys, that's my takeaway. Uncles with wisdom.
Appreciate that.
No, that's real talk, OG. Uncles with wisdom, and that's something that we need more, especially in the Black community. But not just with the black. I mean, I know that there's plenty of fellows and women that listen to these shows that they're non-black, and salute to y'all. But at the same time, it's like that's something that's very much needed. That's something that I aspire to, once I get up there in age. But for the time right now, with my life and everything, if I can reach out to just one person at least, a day, that completes me and myself. But you guys are definitely reaching out to people. I mean, you pulled a savage along.
Yo, we appreciate you.
Thank
Listen,
you,
it's the whole circular vibe that we getting here. I really appreciate you.
Yeah, you came in, you tapped in and dropped some stuff we don't normally talk about, and that's what I'm like, because we offer the side of the game we talk about. We know, because I would have never thought about the story when I was at Jono's office in West Orange about that situation. But sometimes
look how we could talk about where you work with class. You see, we didn't make it. Yeah. We didn't take it down a whole crazy road, right? We talked about it with class, and now everybody has more information and not thought about dinging us with the reporting signal. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, trust me, man. It took me a little bit of intellect to keep it PG-13.
Yeah, but it was after dark. If it was after dark on OnlyFans page, it would be behind that. We can talk. So yeah, I'm glad, man. This is the thing. I mean, I appreciate you coming up, man. I appreciate the impact that you had on you, man, because sometimes on this side of it, you don't know what impact you're having on people unless they say something, or we request, hey, how is it really affecting you? It's easy to say, man, that's fire, man, that's good, man, but how does it really touch you? That gives us guys to go and keep doing what we're doing.
It's true.
Yeah,
it's true. Celebrating the folks in the chat room is just as important as accepting the word coming down. It's a full interaction. It's literally, we're trying to all live and grow from what each of us know.
Yeah, because if they see my next move, move gonna turn some heads. Like, did you do that, LDA? Yes, I did. New level of game.
Yep. All right, fellas. I'm gonna go ahead and tap out, but I appreciate y'all bringing me up, though. Salute.
Right, thank you. Salute.
Peace, true savage. True savage.
Yep.
That's what I'm talking about, Jono, right there, man.
That's what I'm talking about. He's one of those ones.
Right. Alfie, I see you came in the room with the volcano signs. All right. Yeah, look at Lil William said, expert brown bagging it. Great. Only you would know what we're talking about. When your customer service is on point, you keep them coming back. I ain't gonna leave that one alone. Them networks can come in handy when you use them correctly. Yeah, you're talking about with the Liquid Drake. I said with you, Derek. He says the power of words. Period. The power of the tongue. Yeah, I gotta get something. Okay. Yep. You say what? Use the gay guys to get their friends. All right. And then you trying to be funny, right on point, Mr. Adams. Oh boy. Okay, great. If you enjoyed this show, leave a comment afterwards. This was good. What do you think about this one? Here we go. We had 20 now.
Now, see, look at that. Can't keep to the time because the information is still flowing.
If you enjoyed this show, let me know in the chat room on Facebook, YouTube, MamaTube, whatever. Let me know that you enjoyed this show. This was good. This was like eating a good meal.
Mm-hmm.
This was like
better than that sandwich you got for lunch, didn't it?
Yeah, right. Yeah. If you enjoyed this, let me know in the chat room. We about to get ready to bounce on here. This is a good show, man, because it was some game that was given.
Absolutely. Everybody thought it was going to be about some negative stuff, right? We turned it into probably one of the best feeding sessions ever.
Yeah, this is a good show. You need to go back and listen to this. I don't care if you know Jesus, don't know Jesus. If you go to church, don't go to church. It was something for everybody. And we did not judge about your sexuality.
We don't even care about that. Use everything to your advantage instead of closing doors. If you close the door, you can't walk through it. You close yourself, that's kind of dumb.
Mm-hmm. Y'all better pay attention. Woo! Well, you know what time it is. It's time to go. Thank you for coming through. This is the Thinking Class. Jono LDA. Put the picture up there. We out of here. Music Riders out. Wait a minute. Use the tongue. Is the whoa. You trying to get this happening. Trying to get that thick milk chocolate. Peace. LDA Jono, we out of here. Smooth Thinking Class. Wait for the beat to jump in and we're going to jump out. Love it. Ooh, that's cold. We out of here.